Hello guys, and welcome back to this video. So today we are going to talk about sunscreens and specifically the history of sunscreens before the actual sunscreen that we use and that we should use more and more often. Alright, so I don't really know how I got into this, but basically there was an article, and then from article to article I just arrived to this point. So now, today, I'm gonna summarize to you the history of sunscreens. Let's start. So, the first were undoubtedly the ancient Egyptians. Now, I have no idea how, but those guys always got it right, because they were using rice and jasmine. Now, rice, and particularly rice bran, is very good because it absorbs UV rays, and specifically that is due to a component that is called gamma oryzanol. Jasmine, on the other hand, it repairs damaged DNA. Now, the Greeks, on the contrary, they got it all wrong. So they thought that the best way to protect the skin from the sun was to spread and rub the skin with olive oil, which is like a component that we use to sunbathe and to tan some more, but certainly not to protect. But the result is, as we all know, that it makes our skin softer and smoother, and that's probably what they thought would protect them from the sun. Now, it's a stretch, but that is what they were doing. But there were also, as well as ancient Egyptians, and for the record, there are pictures of sculptures tracing back to the ancient Babylonians that were using brimmed hats, that were using umbrellas to protect the sun. So they had a lot of different tools to protect themselves, right? Then point number 3 would be indigenous people of North America. Indigenous people. Now, specifically, we're talking about Makala and Heskett, and they were using Tsuka heterophylla, and basically it's just hemlock. It's western hemlock. Now, I have no idea how such a poisonous element can be useful to protect the skin, but apparently it will not be our last one. So, hemlock, if drank, is absolutely poisonous. Everybody out there who remembers Socrates dies by drinking hemlock. But apparently beneficial, according to indigenous people, for protecting the skin from the sun. Point number 4. This is the remedy of an Austrian, Otto Weil. And we're jumping here. We are in 1848, and he thought that tannin would protect the skin. However, tannin would leave on the skin a yellowish brownish paste, and so it was exactly that color that people were trying to avoid at all costs. So that didn't go down in history that well. And then we talk about zinc oxide. That is very good to protect from UVA and UVB. However, it makes you look funny because it does leave like white spots. So today it has had some sort of comeback as a nanoparticle in modern sunscreens. However, it still leaves the white spots. So its usage, it's not, though it's very useful, it's not what it should be. And then we talk about zeozone. Now, zeozone is my favorite part, because by reading this, I also got to discover that horse chestnut trees are called like that, because zeozone comes exactly from this. It's a horse chestnut tree extract, basically, right? And by doing this research, I got to discover that apparently this is a tree that is called the horse chestnut tree because it helps horses when they calve. However, if given to horses, it's extremely dangerous because apparently it causes a lack of coordination and tremors. So I don't know which one, in which dosage. I'm still very perplexed. And apparently there is a whole neighborhood in Amsterdam that is made of these trees that are originally from Sweden and North America and Canada. And that's like entitled to Anne Frank. So there's that. But zeozone was this kind of like veil, this colorless paste, also red, yellow sort of paste that was used to protect from sunburn. Then we have Amber Solaire, and that's like 1935, but this is also the time in France where we do have Coco Chanel, and she basically made extremely popular sunbathing and having a tan that up until this point was considered like for Asians still nowadays, it is considered a very bad sign because it indicates that all the flaws of the skin, according to a Japanese saying. So we definitely have Ambre Solaire. That was created, by the way, by the same guy that founded L'Oreal, and it promises you to give you a suntan that is 5 times faster. And then point number 7, we also have Milton Blake in Australia. So he started off in his kitchen, and it took him 12 years to realize what we know nowadays to be the product of Hamilton Lab, and it's like a sunscreen that has been developed and modernized and is still on the market. Number 9, that of a Swiss mountaineer that created the Glacier Cream, and we are in 1938. The guy was Franz Grider. Now, he thought that his cream was absolutely fantastic and that it warranted a high protection against the sun. In reality, its PF was only 2, whereas nowadays we use SPF that ranges between 30 to 50, especially for kids or for people that have a very delicate skin and complexion. And then finally, number 10, which is how I'm gonna leave you, is with Copperton sunscreen. So there's this guy who's a pharmacist, but also works in World War II as airman. And the name of the guy is Benjamin Green, and he only had at his disposal this sort of paste called Red Vet Pet. PET standing for petrolatum, VET stands for veterinary, because it was like a sort of Vaseline-like glue that was used for animals. So the war finishes, he goes back home and ameliorates enormously that sunscreen that he had invented with cocoa butter and coconut oil, and it invents the Copperton sunscreen. Now, guys, with that being said, that is all for today. So if you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, of course, comment below. We're only waiting for you to comment below and for me to read your comments, and we'll talk some more next time. Don't forget also to hit the notification bell so you can catch up with all our videos and all our updates, and we'll talk next time. Bye!